Pie is done. Pie is done. Good morning. Rising up this morning. I'm listening to Bob. It's three little birds. Three little birds. Actually, it's four. Four little birds looking into a bunker, trying to figure out what the hell is that like. What the hell is on this island? Did y'all watch Lost? This is a message to you. Hoo. Sometimes you got to worry about a few things. Cause you're an adult. And a lot of bad crap didn't happen on this planet. I'm singing this to Bob. You gotta worry about a few things. Especially if it's a bunker and the world didn't work this way. You know what? Hang on. I'm all off key in it. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Hang on. I'm almost ready. Start my day with Bob. You know what? I have to tell you this. Oh Lord, I was hoping DARPA was a conspiracy theory. Oh my God, I'll be honest with you. Up till yesterday, I didn't completely believe you. I didn't completely believe you. It started with Lost. You know, it's just like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, I love Lost. It was a great show. People trapped on the island. Kind of like 7 billion monkeys trapped on the planet. But anyway, from then till now, I was hoping. Yesterday, you sealed the realities. Y'all ruined my reality with this woman. The woman who went and interviewed DARPA. She interviewed everybody. Area 51 people and the CIA and special forces and the deep state. She interviewed everybody, wrote all them books. I was happy when it was a conspiracy theory, but on Lost, it was called something else. I forgot what it was called on Lost, but they called it DARPA. I preferred it as a conspiracy theory personally. It's kind of scary to me. You got some creepy people somewhere coming up with creepy technology that nobody knows anything about. It bothers me, people. I know you're not supposed to worry about a thing, but this one we might need to pay a little attention to. First of all, DARPA's not there to protect you. That's not what's happening. The neat thing though is it seems like it's like all these deep state projects, all these crazy things you got going on with the EMG devices and stuff, where people are trying to free the information. And it would appear based on her interview that the people in DARPA also are like, y'all, we gotta release this. This is getting kind of creepy and crazy. Maybe the scientists in DARPA are realizing that this isn't for a good reason. Although that was part of her interview that we watched yesterday on a watch party, explaining that the whole intent of DARPA is to murder people. Right? The whole intent of DARPA is mass murder, is to create magical weapons to blow people up and eviscerate them, and that has got to come to an end. And it would seem as though people are trying to release this information to a public they need to wake the hell up. And I think we should wake the hell up. I don't know what y'all think. Should we? Anybody tired this morning? Are y'all sleepy? What's the word, Mason? I don't know what the word is, but it damn sure ain't keep DARPA. I don't know, the phrase is not keep DARPA. This is magic, y'all. The stuff that they're doing, regrowing limbs and all this crazy, y'all, this needs to stop. Yesterday, I was, I don't get scared much. Yesterday, I was kind of like, whoa, these people are real. These people are they created the internet. They're controlling our minds and they're pulling the thoughts out and the electromagnetic devices and all of this stuff. DARPA, I preferred it on Lost. I personally preferred it on Lost. But anyway, good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? And besides, like, oh, well, the greatest minds got to get together and protect us from the Russians. You don't have to worry about the Russians. How do you say resistance is futile in Russian? How you say that? That might be racist. I don't know. But they're coming. They're coming because they work for the Rothschilds and Rockefeller. It's very obvious that all those weapons are being moved over to Russia. I know you had the American spirit. I know we got the spirit. Yes, we do. Y'all was cheerleaders, but that was football. That was high school. The real world, these billionaires and powerful people don't give two damns about your country. They just care about dominating the world. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Where my motor comes? Oh, there you go. All right, there we go. That's working. Yeah, that's German. Did that sound German, Jonathan? Did the Germans talk like that? I didn't. Because like when you get like really down in here, isn't that, I thought that was Russian. I thought they kind of had some rights on that. I thought that was like cultural appropriation, that you feel like you're hawking up a loogie or something. Oh my gosh. Anyway, oh, it's hot in here. Y'all hot? It's kind of hot. It's this weather makes no damn sense. I'm sweating like a damn pig, and it was snowing the other day. DARPA. DARPA, I preferred it as a conspiracy theory, but I believe it's true now. I believe it's true. Yesterday ruined my world. I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all ruined my, what is this woman's name? I keep forgetting her name. Y'all ruined my world with this yesterday. I preferred it. You know, and so first of all, these people are not there to help us, y'all. They're not the greatest minds and scientists coming up with technology that's gonna move us forward. Yes, she's put it that way. But she has to put it that way. Otherwise, they won't give her access to these projects and what these people are up to. You're not smart if you're in DARPA. I hate to tell you this, but you're not a scientist. When you steal other people's patents through the U.S. Patent Office, you're called a criminal. That's called thievery. It's called looting and stealing. That's, to me, that's a degree of treason. Taking all the, and the engineers have been saying this for a long time. They create these technologies, they send it to the patent office, then it gets locked up, and they get locked up if they continue to work on the science. So you got these few scientists in DARPA taking all the technology from the greatest minds all over America, because we got good school lunches and we had the milk with the chocolate milk and the little thing, and kids in Yemen got nothing, so they're not developing anything. They're struggling to like find food, but we're developing these world powerful technologies, and you got these people at DARPA stitching it together. Nah, that's not called science. That's called loot thievery science or something. That's criminal. That's criminal activity. You're not supposed to take the world's collective powers and consolidate them into one organization that nobody knows anything about. That's nuts to me. So anyway, good morning. I was just, I finally believe in DARPA. I mean, I believed in it like 94% of my plausibility scale before yesterday. Now, that's a real organization. And people in the organization, they're the ones who are saying, we need to stop this. We can change the direction and the mission statement of this organization to do things for humanity as opposed to murdering humanity to steal their land and their bananas. Anyway, so good morning. I didn't turn YouTube on. I don't know if YouTube's on. I just think we should be human, y'all. We should be human. That's all I'm saying. We're going to lose friends this election cycle. I know I am. Because I'm done with your politics. I'm done with your monkey ticks. Oh, they go YouTube. I'm so done with it. I don't have a political side. Because in my country, they've got it orchestrated where the Republicans are right half the time and the Democrats are right half the time. My problem is these people are my family. I respect all of them. And my political view is, I posted a minute ago, my political view is I'm going to disagree with anybody that's trying to take your rights. You got some birthrights. You have a right to live free on this planet peacefully and be left the hell alone by everybody, which means I can't be a Democrat, sure can't be a Republican, because it's all about taking other people's rights, about this idea of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but I'm related to Peter and Paul. You see what I'm saying? We need to let this go away. It's a bad idea. Besides, you're not changing anything with the political system. Literally, this is a system created by billionaires that are holding all your resources back from you to make you angry and saying, here's your political system and go change that. The billionaires write a political system, or if they didn't write it, they took it over. Damn sure took it over. This is why I don't care about your capitalism, your communism, your socialism, because they got all the moneyisms. They got all the capitalisms, and the system's based on capital. So even if you actually stage a revolution and you change things for a moment, they know they can buy you out in the future because everybody needs capital, and they got all of it. So anyway, I just prefer DARPA as a conspiracy theory. Good morning, people. And you know what? Here's one other thing. Did y'all watch Lost? If you didn't watch Lost, you need to watch. I'm gonna watch Lost again, to be honest with you. Y'all remember this? Hurley's number. So they went down. So I guess I got to give a precursor. Did y'all watch Lost? Do y'all watch TV? I got friends that threw their TV. I'm not on that level. I am not on that level. People that threw the TV. Where unfortunately, I got daddy problems. I got parent problems in this world. I got little kid things. I got crumb snatchers, little rugrats. They like food and water and college. They like those things. So I gotta have a TV. I gotta escape this. I can't sit here and live in this nonsense, in the political nonsense, and in a time on a planet where the resources are abundant, and the resources have always been abundant. You just now have robotics and automation making it ridiculously obvious that politics needs to die and go away and go extinct with the short-faced bear. There's no reason to rob people. Y'all stop robbing each other. Why you want to rob your neighbors anyway? I don't get that. Why you want to rob? What they do to you? And this whole hate speech thing, y'all need to cut it out with this nonsense. Stop reporting people. Grow the hell up. Grow the hell up. Stop reporting. There's no such thing. I like what Dave Chappelle said. I was listening to Dave Chappelle the other day. What did he say? When he gave that speech, told y'all stop being stupid monkeys. Well, he can't say that. He's too big. He won't say that. He called hate speech denying the truth. Something to that effect. Somebody might know his phrase. But he said, stop denying people's truths. Right? Stop having truth embargoes. Everybody knows they're right. No, I'd say everybody thinks they're right. Everybody knows they're right. Their experience and their life and what they live and the scarcity they live through, they hate you. That might be misdirected, right? They might be a bad aim, bad shot. But then again, who's a good shot? Which one of us knew DARPA was real? Which one of us knew the deep state was real from birth? We all shooting wrong. Which one of us knew about the Federal Reserve or the Act of 1871? Which one knew about the aliens and the UFOs and all this stuff is real? You know, we're living in a fantasy world right now. I don't know if y'all know that. We are literally, all the fantasies from childhood. I wouldn't be surprised if a damn unicorn come out the corner. Now, I'm looking out this window right here. If I see a unicorn walk across this damn street, I'm just going to be like, yep. They said that was real too. I believe nobody. Is it just me, or is it crazy that we literally live in a fantasy time? All the fantasies of child. I see a velociraptor walking down the street like, yeah, miss, you need to move. That's a velociraptor. And according to the movies, which I guess is all real now, it's gonna be a couple of them around the bush waiting on you to kind of, they're the pack animals, they're dialing the pack animals. All right, it's hot. Good morning, everybody. Where are we at today? Oh yeah, right. Keep calm and push 4815162342. And that's not an 800 number for QVC. That's the number that Hurley told y'all to push. I think it was Hurley, right? Oh, okay. Preface Lost. So Lost was about a deserted island where you had I don't know how many monkeys were in the airplane. The airplane crashed in the water. And all the monkeys swam to shore. A lot of them died. Some of them made it. And they were living out their lives. Let's say the airplane was a stork and the monkeys on the airplane were us. And all of a sudden you landed on this island. You think things are normal, like a banana's a banana, trees, this is food, water. You know, there's no fantastical, magical things happening. And then you start to realize there are magical things happening on this island. You got to watch Lost. Great show. Well, this was the first introduction to the public of DARPA. Right? This was the first introduction that there is this organization that's creating basically magic, right? They're always like 100 years ahead of us or 50 years or whatever it is, where they're creating these technologies to keep America on top of everything, which is really not America, it's Rotherica. It's a Rothschild nation. It's a brainchild of billionaires like Russia, China, Israel, and all the rest of them, which is a great time to live in though, because it really means that we really don't know what's true. We're trapped on an island. There's a lot of crazy mystical things going on that don't make any damn sense. And the only thing that we have in common is we don't know what the hell is going on, and they do. And I don't think that's the road we should continue. I think we have to grow the hell up. That's what I think. I think we have to. I'm looking into conspiracy theories. Thank you, Sister Diana. She posting all the conspiracy theories. I'm going back and looking at all of them. I was looking at the Dark Pyramid. What else are they lying about? For me right now, it's open season on conspiracy because I'm tired of these conspiracies coming true. Did y'all see the thing about the Dark Pyramid? I'm like, what the hell? Hang on. Dark Pyramid. The Dark Pyramid is in Alaska. They say it's underground. I'm not sure if this is it. Who released this? This was a Lyndon Moulton Howe, and if you don't know who she is, you probably should. I'm not sure that, I think she's being played a lot. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. There's always controlled opposition. Like they need you to know what's not going on. They need you to think you know what's going on, but you don't really know what's going on. So they flood the public with like fake stories, right? And but apparently in Alaska, not too far from Mount McKinley, there's a pyramid they discovered underground, and the scientists found it from some test that the Chinese did, where I guess they blew up a nuclear weapon or something underground, and all the vibration allowed the scientists to see where this pyramid is. Something to that effect. I mean, Linda Moulton Howe, she's a journalist. She went to school, she's trained, she knows how to vet sources and fact check and all that stuff. And one day she realized that the world isn't what we think it is. And so she kind of went off into what you'll call a conspiracy world. And then she's always contacted by various whistleblowers. But apparently this dark pyramid, if you know about it, send me something, let me know. I'm open to everything now. It's still on. That it's a power source. It's still on. And that blows me away. Ivana already see Ivana right out the door is BS. I see, this is what I do. Y'all know me. I'm just like, hey, I do a plausibility. I won't say anything is true or fake. The only thing I know is I'm a 98% monkey. I like bananas, and my government knows that. That's all I know. And they've been hiding everything else. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's fake. All I know is we need to send somebody to Mount McKinley. Because there were two people, right? Two people contacted her. One was like the son of somebody who worked down there, 300 feet, 200 feet under the ground, something like that, working, trying to figure out that power source. And you know what I do? And then there was another one. There was a guy who was flying over on some military hop, and said they had to land and refuel. And I guess he saw the military trucks. But anyway, I don't want to spend time on that. I'm just simply saying we don't know what the hell is true about anything. Anything. We have one consistency around this planet. We don't know, and we all hashtag gonna die. If we ain't already dead. If we are, we might be dead. This might be hell. It feels like hell. I just prefer when DARPA was a fantasy. No more secrets, people. No more secrets. We can't do this no more. We can't, damn sure no secrets for murdering people. No more secret technology. The earth is too small. So I encourage you definitely to watch that watch party from yesterday. That was quite powerful. So yeah, I don't know what's BS and what's true. Because my other thing on that one, Ivana, I would probably say 80% of what I was told was BS as a child came true. That's what bothers me. 80% of what the mainstream told me was BS came true, right? I mean, think about the sailors that sailed from Europe across the big old ocean. There's like, oh, the Kraken is down there. They got big octopuses and giant squids and all of this craziness. And they came back like, yeah, crazy. That's BS. And then they found a giant squid. Oh, the dinosaurs went extinct. And then they found the coelacanth. Oh, the aliens ain't real. Or is it life you can't have carbon based life. And they found silicone based life. Then they find arsenic based life too. And it's just like 80% of it's BS. Like, we don't know anything. Oh, the Egyptians built the pyramid. Now you find out the Egyptians ain't built a damn thing. They found it and they didn't even lie about it. They told the truth. That we came here, this mess was here. And then we built a few of them, but we ain't built these big 3 ones. We just don't know anything. The victors always lie about history. Anyway, I don't talk about the dark pyramid. I just want to say that we need to stop with the politics. We need to stop fighting each other over nonsense. We need to let it go. We're all going to die. We are all going to die if we don't start acting like a family. And that's what politics kind of is. It's a way of getting family. It's a way of wedging them apart. If you ever meet a guy, or if you were had somebody in your family, they met some guy. The guy didn't really like the family. The guy wanted to abuse your sister, your niece, or whatever, or your brother, or your nephew, all of that. And he wanted to kind of separate them from the family, right? He would start turning them against the family. That's what politics does, right? To get you to turn on your family. Because if you can isolate that person out from your family, they can abuse them. They can't get any help. They can do anything they want. And that's how I see politics. Anyway, let me see. Good morning, Trish. Ooh, Trish. That's another one. The Ark of the Covenant. I think your family found the Ark of the Covenant. I do. I think that's what's out at Oak Island. But I don't think it is what we think it is. That's what I think. But to me, it makes no damn sense if you're following that show why in the world somebody back in the freaking 14th or 15th century would dig 3 channels under an island to flood the tunnels. I remember watching that as a kid, and I was thinking, this is fake. This makes no sense. Nobody is digging 150 feet under the ground back when they didn't have like nice ergonomic shovels. Ain't nobody doing that. But apparently on the island, they dig hundreds of feet down to hide something and dug 3 channels all the way around in that island. I forgot the name of the island. I guess it's called Oak Island in Nova Scotia. And then they buried something and put all kind of traps and oak logs and things to protect people from getting to it. Who would go through that amount of work? I don't know who. I got a suspicion, but what the hell would they hide? Why would you go through all that? Back then, like the treasures that they found, the treasure chest, they just bury them in a hole and throw some dirt on top of it. Then you get your little map at a time when nobody could read, start making your treasure map. If the X is right here by the rock and the oak tree, and this is a treasure that could, worth millions of dollars back then. That's billions of dollars. So who would go through all that effort? And to me, you must be burying the most valuable thing on this planet. And the only thing I know back in that time, now if it wasn't a damn UFO or something, some flying ship, one of the angels or demons that fell out the sky, it had to be the Ark of the Covenant. So anyway, good morning. Good morning. Let me see who we got. Rebecca and Pat, and Ron, Keisha. Ooh, and that's the other thing. Y'all need with the energy, Keisha, and the people. Oh, I don't know nothing about no energy. I don't know nothing about no energy. The only thing I want to say is y'all, it's a whole lot here we need to pay attention to. A whole lot of people bopping around this third rock that are in tap with some things we don't understand. That's what I know. Now, and I'm agree with I think Rogan said it the other day. I've been starting to watch his podcast again. I stopped for a long time. Where he basically said most energy or most, what do they call them, palm readers are faking the funk. I agree with him. Most of them are faking the funk because you live in a conflict-based currency capital system that starves everybody at birth and to debt. And so if anything somebody can fool you on, they're going to fool you. But there's some people who know some things, ain't supposed to know some things. Some people that do some things ain't supposed to be doing those things. I met one a long time ago, Keisha, in a church, which is why I clung to Christianity as long as I could. I met this thing. It was not a human being. I don't know what the hell it was, but it knew some things that were in my mind that it wasn't supposed to know. Was it a human intact with some sixth sense that was reading my mind? Was it an angel, a demon, or something? All I know is there's a lot more going on in this world than what we know. We need to proceed with caution. Good morning, Citizen Deb. Good morning. Is that Diana? You sending me that stuff this morning? Don't be sending me too much conspiracy stuff in the morning, Diana. You know what that does to my emotions. Because I'll watch it. I don't think we know anything anymore. We live in a fantasy time. My kids didn't always have TV. We had the internet since the youngest was 7, dial-up, one family computer in the living room for us all to share. You got 2 hours. They found other things to do. Yeah, we didn't like TV too much as kids, Citizen. Well, you know what? I like cartoons. I didn't like the rest of it. I like me some cartoons. But we had the black and white TV. You only had about 5, 6 channels. You switched to UHF. You might have 2 or 3 scratchy more, but that was it. TV wasn't a thing. We spent a lot of time outdoors. But now and so they say internet came from DARPA. They're saying that they created this to control the human population. And it is working. It is working. That's how I know we need to be worried about this. It's working. Some of the smartest people I know just act like the world is not, coming to an end with this nonsense, that they're not being controlled. You still got people yelling and screaming about this impeachment. You still have people yelling and screaming about how the world is going to change by not changing nothing. These people are nuts. Hitler's coming. And you know what? And we only had baby Hitler. Y'all think that? You think he was a monster? Oh, in fact, that lady, she wrote a book about, I think she wrote a book about World War II also, if I'm not mistaken. But she did a lot of research into the Jewish Holocaust. And y'all need to calm down you need to calm down with some of that. I mean, she was one, she went over, and apparently they got tons of pictures that nobody wants to see. They lock them away. You know, people just moments before they die, some of the Jews that they starved to death just because they wanted to, no, they froze to death just because they wanted to figure out at what temperature does a human body stop at. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. We don't ever know what's true, but a lot of people were destroyed by what that man did. And that was baby Hitler. Big Hitler's coming. The only thing that we know is the Fourth Reich is still active. It really controls most of America, and it seems like it's migrating on over to Russia as Russia started their order of S-400s for the Indians, not the Native American Indians, the Indian Indians. They was lost and they called them Indians. So no, we seriously got to be concerned with this internet because it's changing everybody. It's making them into morons. It's making them ignorant. Well, not morons, ignorant. It's making them ignorant. It's too easy to control people with this internet thing. It's too easy to control their reality. And that's why DARPA made it, to control people. GPS started out as military. Well, that's right, Rebecca. But then there was something weird about that, right? Was it DARPA that made GPS, or they stole the patent from some other innocent person that's trying to make a living, who's now probably homeless? And then the Air Force has got their own type of GPS, and the Army's got their own type of GPS, something to that effect. I want to hear about, whoa, the thingy G met. What thingy did I meet? I met something? I didn't meet nobody. I had no idea what you thought. What did I? Oh, in the church. I said that story. I don't waste nobody's time, Patricia. I said that story. You know, where there was a visiting minister. And my ex-wife now, but wife at the time, we were contemplating a decision, a dream that came to me that night, and that minister knew the dream. We were sitting in there in the church, and he was talking to hundreds of people at the time, and he just stopped and he looked over at me. It was a little creepy. A little creepy. But I'll be honest with y'all, minister's a little creepy anyway to begin with. Y'all a little bit creepy. Y'all a little creepy. He looked at me and he said, "You had a dream." I was like, who are you talking? Who, excuse me? I don't know you. I didn't say that, but you know, I was just like, huh? He's like, "You had a dream. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about, but what I was just told is you need to do what was in that dream." I was like, okay. And he said something to the effect of confirming a lot of people here aren't going to like you, but you need to do it. And he flipped the script and he went right back to preaching. And I'm like, the fudge? And my ex-wife, she looked over at me and I looked at her and was like, did this man, what? I was done at that point. I don't know, when people read your, if anybody can read your mind, and it could have been a human, I don't know. Maybe people can read minds or something. All I know is this world isn't what we think it is. That's what I know. At that point, I was like, you know what? Because I was starting to question Christianity. I was starting to question the Bible at the time. And I was just like, you know what? If you guys witches and warlocks and creatures that know things, ain't supposed to know things in this religion, I'm gonna stick with this for a minute. And I stuck with it. But anyway, they are evil mofos. Who the evil mofos? Oh, Courtney. Oh, well, DARPA. Well, you know what? The model of DARPA is evil, right? Because it's based in murdering people, right? To steal their bananas or their land. The model is evil, but the people just people. The people are just like the palm readers. They're just the ones that are fake, the ones that are real. They're just like the people who are sweeping up the streets. They just want to make some money. And a lot of the push, I believe, in letting all this fantasy into the public, the stuff that we thought was fantasy in the public, is because they know it can't continue, right? They know that we're literally flirting with the end of humanity, that they're making technologies that are too big for this little earth. The earth is too small for every single nation, 120 something of them, to be working on superfluids. If anybody's scared of the coronavirus. You know, you can't work on superfluids when the planet is this small. You know what I'm saying? When it's small, you got ships, planes, airplanes, trains, just taking dirty monkeys all over the place, and they're coughing and sneezing on each other, trying to have sex and put this and that and rub each other's eyes and stuff. You can't have that. You can't have super weapons on a planet that's this small. You're going to extinct all of us. And so there are a lot of good people in DARPA that don't want to do this. They understand that, you're denying people lives. Engineers are coming up, inventors are coming up with technologies, corporations are coming up with technology, and they're stealing the patents. They're thieves. And they don't, and I know that they at a certain point in time, you have to whistleblow, and that's what people are doing with the free energy, and they've been doing that for a long time, and we didn't listen. I'm 100% certain free energy is a thing now. Right? I'm 100% certain that is a thing. We had enough whistleblowers. I was on the fence for a long time. Now you just put 2 and 2 together with a damn UFO flying around and the patent that they released. And some of y'all read it. It took me, I've only finally downloaded it 2 days ago. But we don't have any reason. We don't have anything to be in conflict over. There's nothing. Unless somebody knows something, please let me know. You have nothing to be in conflict with your neighbor over anymore. There's no reason for politics to exist. There's no reason for politicians or leaders. Damn sure ain't even no reason for currency-based systems and governments to exist. And we need to evolve and move forward. Good morning, Janie. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Stacy. Our whole system is dirty, money is corrupt and everything. Exactly, Stacy, and you get that. And then at this point, all we can really say is it's got to come down. And hopefully it comes down gracefully. Good morning, Brother Mark. Jonathan, DARPA, true believers like the expert on the watch party vid was so obviously that they think, hang on, I'm getting all kinds of messages this morning. Why are people texting me? Stop it. Obviously that they actually think they're oversight conscious or an actual debate within the organization. Well, right, Jonathan, but we all are, right? When I was in the pharmaceutical industry, I actually thought we were helping things. I didn't know we was poisoning the monkeys. I didn't know. I didn't know that we were flipping epigenetic genes and destroying things. I thought I was actually helping. And so I think people in those groups, they think that also. And there's a degree of convincing yourself, right? People who work for Coca-Cola, I know they think that they're helping your immune system. And they convince themselves we're helping poor children in foreign countries hydrate by selling them Coca-Cola. We convince ourselves of this, but the mission statement and the model, which is why I appreciate that woman, and I keep calling her that woman because I forgot her name, the journalist who released that information, which is the mission statement is to murder people. So nobody in the DARPA bunker is down there making, free energy to help people. They're making a free energy plasma cannon ray to murder and melt as many people as possible in a nation they want to steal some oil or something in. And it needs to come to an end. And that's why every sector has whistleblowers. Every single one, from the FBI, the CIA, the Homeland Security, the police, the government, these dark projects and DARPA, all of them. The FDA, all of them, all the EPA, they all have whistleblowers saying we need to stop. The earth is too small. Good morning, Brother Ron. Let me speak. Jeannie, speaking of DARPA, lots of laughter. Has anyone else seen this article on DARPA bats? DARPA bats? No, I have not. Blacklisted news, bat genes editing the bioweapon, recent DARPA experiments raise concerns and amid Kanagi virus. Yeah, well, no, Janie, we touched on it. Didn't we touch on it? We touched on the fake story when they said that the bat got freaky with a snake or something. What's funny to me is if they told me that 20 years ago, I'd been like, yeah, that's nasty. Damn bats freaking attacking and raping snakes, and that's creating viruses. We need to cut this stuff out. Now I'm just like, nope, it's a government project. I have no idea what they're doing. They're doing something dirty. And so it does not surprise me, Jeannie, that it's related to DARPA. It does not surprise me. Didn't they just arrest somebody in Canada? Some scientist for helping set up that Wuhan lab. Somebody sent me a link, and they've already arrested them for handing this to them. This is what I'm saying. The earth is too small. The earth is too small, and there's too many monkeys on it, and they like to stick their thingies in holes and and lick things and lick holes and suck on things. They like to share spoons and no, dig through trash because they don't have enough food because the government's hiding food from them. No, the earth is too small. We definitely gonna create a super flu. I need a bunker like this to go high. Something is coming out. If this ain't I don't think this is one that's gonna get us, but one of them's gonna get us. Good morning, Echo. Good morning, Furious. Good morning, John. I do want to look at the news. I say that every morning, but let's see where y'all take us with the conversation. Good morning, Maha. Good morning, Lorna. Sharon. No TV in my part of Bolivia. Oh, I didn't know you were in Bolivia. No smart meters, no 5G, no chemtrails yet. What? I didn't know that. Huh? Well, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I mean, if you think about, Sharon, how the world is unfolding, right? The only if you're getting 5G, you're a part of the controlled population, right? You're someone who they want to control, right? Because the whole 5G, in my opinion, based on my experiences and what I've learned about 5G and swarming robots and automation, 5G mostly is about being able to swarm robots. Now, they'll sell it to you on broadband for downloading movies and playing video games and smart cars and swarming smart cars, because it's the same thing. But they need it to swarm robots. They need it to know where the robots are, and they need it for the bandwidth, and they need it to be able to swarm thousands, if not millions of them. And this is what we found that out from that Japanese grocery store that rolled in 5G to make their autonomous robots fulfill grocery orders, right? It's just a power that nobody should have. It's a power nobody should have. Not because they're making killer robots to do that, but because we know that they're making killer robots to do that, but because it's not a power anybody should have. And it's definitely not should be something done in secret. But if you're in an area that doesn't have 5G, that doesn't have smart meters and smart cities and smart houses, if you're not controllable, I think you need to be even a little more concerned to the areas that do, right? The portions of the controlled population they can control. The ones they can't control or they have no need to control, that's probably where they're dropping bombs. That's probably where they'll do a lot of experiments. I mean, these are powerful people. And and I don't know what they're doing, Sharon, so don't nobody take this seriously, not to that degree. I'm just using my brain and I'm trying to think, well, what would I do if I controlled the United States, Russia, China, the world's banking systems, and DARPA and all this technology? I'd want to make sure my kids stay in power. That's what I would do. And the only way to do that is to make sure, like all empires have done, the people have a heavy police state. The people have to be policed. And I lived in a time where I didn't have to use and indoctrinate Romans or dragoons to actually police the people, I'd use robots. Why? Because the robots can do exactly what you say. So empires have always had police states, and empires have always murdered, killed, and stole more land. They require growth. And so whatever this is, Sharon, whatever's going on, I would rather live outside, but I think the people outside of these control grids have no chance. The ones inside have no chance. Like, you're talking full spectrum domination. We don't even know what they have. Like, we're talking about 5G, and they did 5G. This was probably, the whole technology, EMF, they were working on that back in the 50s, 60s. Somebody that probably goes back to the 40s with Nikola Tesla. So we don't even know what they're doing. I think the level of technology they're at is magical. It's magical. We're only talking about the stuff that they stopped working on 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because they perfected it. That's what I'm saying. The planet's too small. The planet's too small for any more secrets. If you can't have, if I can't go out and buy some polka dot drawers and not have that to be secret, what size I wear, because the deep state got to know everything, and the NSA knows, and Russia need to know, and China, and they all got the spyware tapping all the network lines in the server. If I don't get to have private polka dot drawers, then government can't have any secrets. That's just stupid. That's dumb. It's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard, that we would vote and cheer for people who have technology we don't even understand, who obviously aren't even loyal to us. They're not even loyal to the citizens. Anyway, lots of things are fading away for me because I'm not interested in them. Yeah, Susan, I would say that is true for me as well. And good morning, Lauren. You know, what's fading away for me? Well, one is the big one. That's politics. That's fading away. Division, that's not important. That's fading away. Fighting racism, that ain't important. That's fading away. All of these things are fading away because they're insignificant. They're insignificant in the grand scheme of we all gonna die. We're all gonna die if we don't grow up. You know, I don't care if somebody hates me. Why do I care if somebody hates me? How stupid is that? They made me care so much when I was a kid. Oh, I cared. I had to fight. You used the N-word. We supposed to fight. I didn't care anymore. Why do I care? That isn't. You know how many people have you loved that hated you? How many men have y'all, because there's a lot of fine women on here, y'all walk away from these men and they hate you, they can't stand you, they stalk you, they hated you, you didn't care, you just like, you know what, I got to go somewhere, do something with my life because you crazy and you a mama's boy and you this thing. And then he hated you. How many women that left you, you hated them, you hated? Why are you worried if somebody hates you? Somebody's always going to hate you. Someone's always not gonna like you because of your hair. People don't like me because I'm bald. People don't like my mustache. People don't like how I dress. My shirt is wrinkled. People gonna hate you they don't like your size. You're too big, you're fat. You came from this country. Why do you even care? You are an adult. Grow the hell up, and please, young people, stop letting these ignorant adults drive you into stupid thoughts. Please. These people are trying to control you like they're a 5G. They're trying to control the professors controlling their students. Question everything, young people. Do not get along with this push towards what is this called? It's based in selective outrage. This cancel culture. Come on, people. You gotta let that go. You have to understand there are bigger things in this world than you're trying to take an entertainer's ability to sell tickets because they said something that hurt your feelings. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard. We are facing extinction. Extinction. We need to pay more attention to what's going on and solve things at the root problem and doing less of what you're told to do. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Good morning, Adam. And that's mostly that's the biggest problem that I have. Is I love all the people. And I get that mostly environment makes people. So how could I turn against somebody that hates me because they were raised to hate me? They don't know me, right? Why am I gonna fight that? And so I think it's a matter of growing up and thinking of things as an adult, doing some priorities in your life and putting the priorities in place. I know you know the Republicans are bad, and I agree with you, the Republicans are bad. But they ain't trying to end the human race. They're just fighting over resources that are abundant that we all been lied to that the resources weren't abundant. I know you don't like them Democrats. Half the time I don't like them neither. But you know, they're not trying to end it. They're trying to save the planet. They're probably doing it in the wrong way. They didn't read the wrong books. But that's just a conversation. That's not something where you want to piss somebody off and make an argument over billionaires that hide resources from the entire human population. And you're making it a personal fight because you're attacking them personally. It's time to grow the hell up. All right, good morning. Good morning. So yeah, a lot of things for me are fading away too, Susan. A lot of things are fading away. I'm more interested now in what the whistleblower said. I'm going back to the things I found interesting as a kid. You know, what are we not being told about? I don't care what's on TV because I know they're not going to put anything important on the billionaires' TV. The billionaires aren't going to put anything on the billionaires' TV that's going to help me become free. We still are in conversations about money. Like, I don't even understand this. Who was that? Courtney? Courtney was misbehaving yesterday. Brother Danny, he's a communist guy. A communist. He believes in communism. And he actually, and I know he believes, and I used to believe in things too. And I'll post something and he'll say, you know, end capitalism. I agree with that. End it, get rid of it, throw it out, burn it. It's an insignificant thing. Capital doesn't need to exist anymore. But he'll say, start communism now. That's kind of his thread thing. And Courtney just responded with a one-word no. Like, Courtney, behave. Courtney, you supposed to use at least 2 words when you respond to people on Facebook. She's like, no, and just walked away from the conversation. But a good thing she came back and they started having a discussion thread. Then I think she was annoyed with me, so that discussion thread about communism is like 100 lines long. But if you follow it, you can see the mindset. And Courtney and I definitely agree on this perspective, which is, yeah, but it's based in capital, right? Who decides, right? And it kept coming back to this question, but who decides and who decides? And the answer is always a king, a lord, the deciders. Who are the deciders? Can they decide for everybody? Do they have all sensing experience? Are they a god? Do they know everything? Do they know what Rebecca needs, or Susan needs, or what makes Lorna happy, Christine? Who decides? Do they know what makes Citizen Deb happy? Do they like Citizen Deb? Do they want to put Citizen Deb in a prison? Do they think that she shouldn't be allowed to smoke her cannabis? And this is the whole point where we can't have any leaders. We can't have any more pyramid control systems. Because there's always going to be a decider. And that's why the billionaires don't care if you have communism, capitalism, or any of the popular isms. Any of the isms that aren't popular, that's probably what you should go towards. Capital can't exist. The only way you know you're going to root out that cancer of the system of this planet is to just get rid of money. You got to get rid of money. We don't need it anymore. You don't need it. Like the lady asked a question yesterday. I keep calling her the lady, and I apologize. She's on Facebook. I have to send her a friend invite. But it's not whether it's right or wrong. It's whether it's necessary, right? We are inefficient. And as an engineer, I always focus on efficiencies. Is this efficient? right? Is blowing up people efficient? No. Is drugging your population so they can have larger penises and then giving them cancer efficient? No. Is putting chemicals, carcinogens on their food efficient? No. Right? And so if we don't have to do it, why are we doing it? We're wasting time, we're wasting resources. DARPA is stealing patents from the patent office from people who are just creating things so you can create weapons to murder people for a Cold War mission statement? Is that even necessary? It's not necessary. You know, we have to grow up and evolve. We got to evolve these systems. How recently is that pyramid discovered, Gerard? Oh, Yvonne, that was a long time ago. First I heard about the Dark Pyramid, it was a long time ago. First time I heard about it, I think it might even been Linda Moulton Howe. It was a kid whose father worked there who told his son about it, and then it was the guy in the military. You know, and I asked myself the question on stuff like that: would the United States government tell the world if they found a pyramid and somebody left the lights on? That's all I have to. I ask myself these questions, Ivana, and it's just: would my government tell me if there was some technology from ancient race of human beings that died out 200,000 years ago, Atlantis, or aliens, or somebody came forward in a time, or back in a time ship, humans in the future, and they forgot and dropped the battery pack and the light stayed on the pyramid? Would my government doesn't tell me what's in the water. They don't tell me what's in the air. They don't tell me what's in the food. They don't tell me anything. Half the time they probably don't even know. They don't care. They already got the check cut, so they don't even know. Plausible deniability. So I just don't think we can have any secrets. So if anybody wants to cheer, yeah, it's a pyramid in Alaska next to Mount McKinley, you know, and it gets the power lights, light on, they're trying to figure it out. I'm all for that, because the government's not even denying it. I'm pretty much always on the side of conspiracy theories when I realize my entire life has been a conspiracy, right? When I realize this DARPA bunker is real, when I realize that Lost was more like our current situation, that we live in this matrix and we don't know what's true. All I know is the people who want the power always lie. And they want me to press that button. They want me to, you know, keep calm and press 4, 8, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 3, 4, 2, and the countdown would stop and things would restart. I'm thinking we don't press it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the way my mind works right now, we don't press that button anymore. Why? Because the people who set up the system, DARPA, the experiment, they're the ones who want you to press the button. They want you to put in the sequence and press it. And I don't think we should do that no more. Why? Because I don't think I should be an experiment. I don't think human life is experimental. I think that you should be born here and have freedoms and rights, right? That's why I don't believe in voting. And in that analogy, that actually is what that is. Right? You're voting for people you don't know in a system you can't see, and being told to do it by people who set up the experiment, people who set up your government and the rules. And if the people who set up the rules are keeping food from your belly and your kid's belly, obviously, they're not on your side. So I don't believe that we keep calm and press that button. I think that we go ahead and let that timer run out, if you understand that analogy from Lost. Good morning, Desiree. Oak Island. Yes, Tris. Good morning, Wilhelmina. Anything important in the news? Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Tammy. Anything interesting over here? I wanted to take a peek. Like to take a peek. Anything that's important. I think from now on, that's my view on the news. Is there anything that's important to the grand scheme? Say it that way. Is it anything important to the grand scheme of things that you've seen in the news? That's what I want to know. I'm not interested in things that are in side effects. Things that are discussing side effects are a waste of time. I got wasabi to grow. My wasabi came up this morning. I was so happy. I know this is how my life. Like, you're on Facebook all the time. Like, literally, I was planting wasabi this morning. I was doing surgery. I had some wasabi seeds. Wasabi's kicking my butt. I don't know what to do with this crop. This crop, the Japanese, y'all just so racist that y'all hid this from the world for this long. But now we're growing wasabi out in the Midwest in Oregon. It requires a certain temperature. I tried to give it a shot a few years ago. Every time I've tried it twice, I failed. You have to have a precise amount of moisture, fresh water, very low light, and like constant, anywhere between 40 and 60 degrees. And it's not easy to do that in my area. So anyway, my wasabi seeds from 2 years ago came up this morning. So I was doing some surgery, replanting them. I think when the zombies start to walk in, I want me some fresh sushi, and you gotta have wasabi to do that. I'm not even sure why we got there. Let me see. New York City subway hit by a huge protest for free rides. Well, yeah, and that sounds about right. Why does the subway cost anything? It doesn't make any sense. Why in the world you have public transit? Do the people have to pay to actually go to work and do things to make the GDP, which we're all supposed to agree with and believe in? To me, it's a dumb thing, especially if you have the ability for free energy. Nobody should be being charged for that. That's a good protest, but I'm sure they're just protesting to lower the price of it or something. To get a ride to go to work, and I don't think y'all should work. I think everybody should be free. And that was where the whole Courtney debate thing was going on with Brother Danny, and that was, he said, well, it'll be equal labor, right? It'll be equal labor. Everybody will have equal labor and equal things to do, and equal. He liked that word. I'm just like, well, what is equal? What is equal? And what if I don't want to work? What if I don't want to work? Because I honestly don't want to work. I love work, but I don't like your work. I love to work, but I like playing wasabi. I don't like what you want me to do. I don't care what big corporations want me to do. I don't care about your careers, but I love work. I can't stop working. I work 7 days a week. But it's forced labor. Right? Why do I want a system of communism that guarantees me equally forced labor? Besides the fact you don't know what my problems are, how you know it's equal? Maybe I'm depressed that day. Maybe I don't want to go to work. Well, people say, well, you gotta work because everybody has to work. That's the slave mind. When they made the wheel, like here's an analogy with the wheel. They made the wheel, and so you didn't have to carry your home goods no more. You could just put them in a cart and push the cart. Automation is how it works. You saying, well, everybody's got to have a job and everybody's got to have a career and do some work. That's like saying, well, we've got this wheel. Because we got automation, we got robotics, they can do all the jobs. So we got this wheel, but we're not going to use the wheel. No, you can't use a cart. You got to carry your groceries. I don't know why, it's because it just makes sense. We've been carrying groceries for a long time. It does not make sense to make a cart and use the wheel. Why? Automation and robotics make life easy. And if they've just made life easy enough that we don't have careers and work, that people can go do important things with their lives, like raise their kids and love their neighbors, live free, we should do that. I think that sounds like a good idea. Taking the wheel, which is automation and robotics, and locking up in a closet and forcing people to be slave for forced labor GDPs, that's stupid. That's really stupid. That's what I'm saying. Communism is outdated. So is socialism and capitalism. They're all outdated. And it wasn't even free energy. It's not even AI that outdated it. AI and free energy to me are very real things. It's not AI, it's a mentally ill AI, but it's damn sure close. If DARPA doesn't have it, free energy is very, very real. They released the patents, but let's pretend all of that's a lie. Just with solar energy and learning software, you still didn't have to go to work. We still had the ability to create software and robotics to do everything everybody does. We live in an inefficient society, and we're kept in inefficiency because the people who control everything make a whole lot of money when you're off doing busy work and not concerned with what they're up to. Is that a perfect analogy, Diana? Thank you. And this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we got a wheel, we can make a cart, but we're not gonna do it. We're gonna keep letting them use the wheel to put it on tanks to go run over poor people that don't have tanks. Automation, robotics. We're going to keep letting the deep state and DARPA make technology to murder people, not make things that free people from the environments that make them hate us, right? Like, it's illogical with the world that we're living in. That's what I'm saying, Diane. I think I live in a fantasy time. I was born in the wrong dimension. I don't get how people's brains work. I don't understand that. What was this? DNC insults Bernie Sanders campaign. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. They got to act like it's a conflict from within. And my friends who still believe in Bernie, like, we got to fight the establishment Democrats. I don't think we define establishment the same way. So you're going to use people in the establishment to fight the establishment, the other people in the establishment. It's not going to work. It's from within the system. Right? You're going to use people from within the system that controls everybody to change the system that controls everybody from within the system. That's not going to work, And that's even if Bernie wanted to. I don't believe in Brother Byrne. Brother Byrne and burned me a few times. Now, how many times we gonna get burned? Some people got to get gonorrhea twice, though. So it is what it is. China unveils strategy to avert Kanoki virus meltdown. That's good. I'm glad to hear that they're fighting the virus that we made that we shouldn't be making because the earth is too small. People are dying. I'm not making fun of cocoa virus. People are actually dying. I'm not gonna let them scare me. I know more children die in bicycle accidents. I know that more people are dying from the automation that we make. I know more people are dying in their jobs that they shouldn't be doing. I know more people are dying in factories that jobs that shouldn't exist because robots can do it all. More people die in probably music class. More people die in a marching band than been killed by cocoa virus. I think all those things are important. And that's not even talking about things like cardiovascular disease and lung cancer and breast cancer and like all the important diseases that they're not doing anything about because they have successful industries making big money on. More people die in prison. More children die in prison and cages every single day to keep me in a nice clean shirt, keep my power on, nice shoes, and have this laptop and ISP. And I think that's a little more important. So I'm not making fun of cocoa virus. It's just not high in my priority. It's not high up there. If I was in China, it'd be at the top. I'm not in China. If I was in Wuhan, it'd be right at the top. I'd be like, don't touch me. I have my mask on. I would probably never go outside, and I ain't answering the door. But I'm not. I'm in the United States of America, Rothschild's America. And I'm worried about the fact that it was snowing 2 days ago. It was 41 degrees. And today is so hot, I'm sweating. I'm worried about that. We have to worry local, people. I'm worried about DARPA that's local to me that's making more bioviruses than the one that's out there. Stop chasing your tail. We got an inferno to put out. You don't fight a fire from the top. Y'all remember that movie? The Burning Inferno, what's that called? The Towering Inferno? Young people, you probably don't remember it, but you don't fight a fire from the top. You fight it from the bottom. Did I say that right? No, you fight from the top. Don't listen to what I said. You fight it from the top, right? Because in the movie, there was a swimming pool. Because the very wealthy people who own this damn world, they like to put the swimming pools at heights in buildings that you can't get to because they don't want you in their water. And they realize in the movie, if they go to the top and they break the swimming pool, that the water will pour down throughout the building. Was that based on a true story? I think it might have been. Everything probably based on a true story. I don't think nothing's fantasy now. But so the whole swimming pool would put the fire out, right? You have to fight things in a way that helps everybody. Like they could have just went and got a fire extinguisher and just put certain fires out so they can get out the building, right? A group of 8 people, call them Democrats. Or a group of people, and call them Republicans. Or a group of 8 people, call it Russia. Or a group of 8 people, call it France. But instead of fighting the fire selectively to get just you and your little identity group out, you break the swimming pool high up and you put the fire out for everybody. What's wrong with helping everybody? And I think that's the analogy for right now. Is if we can help everybody, why are you just trying to help out a few people? If you can help everyone, why are you talking about reparations for black people, poor whites? Some of them got it almost as bad. But even if you disagree with that statement, if you can help all the poor white children, why would you just want to help the poor black children? If you can help the poor black children, why would you just want to help the poor white children? If you can feed all the poor and all around the world, why would you just feed the poor American? It's no skin off your back. The solar radiation actually comes from the sun, then the power of free energy actually comes from the magnetosphere or the magnetic powers of the earth, is what Nikola Tesla put it. If you can do this for everybody, why are you just doing it for some people? Bigotry, your own bigotry, popular bigotry, ignorance, your own ignorance, popular ignorance, apathy, your own apathy, popular apathy, all right? Is anything important? I don't see anything, but can y'all read it? Y'all can read it. Why is Turkey? If you want me to click on something, maybe just type the title or something if it looks important. Why is Turkey taking sides against Russia and Syria? Well, because they were probably told to. They want weapons, and the way geopolitics works out is money, power, weapons, and somebody told them to. I don't believe Turkey exists. Turkey's not a place. The people in Turkey aren't Turks. The people in Turkey are hundreds of thousands of different tribes that are trapped by Turkey. The people in Russia, they're all kind of different people who have all kind of different belief systems of different colors, races, different beliefs and religions. Russia doesn't exist, neither does America, nor does Syria. We have to stop playing the identity games that keep everybody in control. You don't need to be controlled. Nobody needs to control you. You just need to be happy. That's all you need to be. You need to have your bare necessities so you can go off, live your happy, peaceful life and have everybody leave you alone. And most everybody agrees with that. 99.99% of people agree with that. They just want to be left alone and have their needs so they can live their own unique lives. Sharks are evolving to walk. We have to click on that. We got to click on that. Because catfish evolved to walk, so why shouldn't sharks? Well, because sharks like eating. Rebecca here. I bet she did. Rebecca's like, yay, sharks can walk. This will be fun. I don't have to go swimming with straight lines. They can walk up one way. And besides, DARPA probably made it.
I've been talking a lot about how I think humans are evolving right now. I mean, we've been evolving for millions of years, so there's no reason we wouldn't continue to. And one of the reasons we evolve is when our tools evolve. All of a sudden we have sticks that can knock food out of trees, so we don't need to climb so much, so we don't need strong nails, that kind of thing. And right now our tools are evolving faster than ever. It's insane. We don't even need to have sex anymore to make babies. How's that for new tools? So why wouldn't we be evolving right along with that, becoming a sexless, genderless kind of species? I've been talking about this endlessly lately. My new book even stars our non-binary descendants. I'm obsessed with evolution these days. So when I heard this story, I immediately knew I had to talk about it a little bit. Ready? Not one, but 4 new species of sharks have been found that have evolved to walk. Yeah, that's right, walking sharks. According to a new paper published by scientists in the Marine and Freshwater Research Journal, these 4 new walking shark species developed right after splitting from their nearest common ancestor about 9 million years ago. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, they're not walking around on land. They're walking around on coral reefs and whatnot in the water. They kind of toddle around on 4 flat fins that kind of act like little legs. Some of them have been known to walk across little bits of land during low tide, but they aren't rising out of the water just yet. And they're only about 3 feet long, so again, they're not some big danger. And they're not alone. They join 5 other types of already known walking sharks. Plus, scientists say there are probably more of them out there just waiting for us to discover them. So yeah, while everyone screams about saving this species or that, or this species dying off because of climate change, just remember, the planet and its life forms are changing more than we could ever understand with our puny 80-year lifespans. They have been for millions of years, and they will continue to do so, no matter what we little humans have to say about it. There's a lot of people out there acting like experts about what's going on, but the truth is, the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know shit. At least, not yet. We haven't evolved there yet. But who knows? Just like the sharks who learn new tricks like walking, we might just evolve past our own stupidity one day.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we will. Who's that? Patricia, you stop it. You stop. She always says stuff about this lady. She's spot on. She's spot on. You know what? Anybody who says that we don't know caca, that needs to be a friend of mine. Because you know what? Because most people believe that they know caca. And we know we don't know caca. That's what the whole political system's about. You believe you know caca. We don't know caca. Don't know her, ain't met her, never dated her, don't know her phone number. We are a lost species. We need to proceed with caution. We need to proceed with humility. Are the sharks coming out the water? Hell yeah, they're coming out the water because you don't swim enough. Of course they're coming out. What kind of question is that? Are the sharks coming out the water? Hell yeah, they're coming out the water. You delicious. Sharks, yeah, hell yeah, they want to eat you. We're killing off the ocean life. Where do you think they're gonna go? We putting plastic everywhere. We're killing everything they eat. We're choking them. They'd be dumb as hell to not evolve and come out. You think it's crazy? You know what the koi wolf is? I'm not gonna go into it because you've seen the koi wolf. All right, the koi wolf is killed off the northeastern wolf, and it decided it was good to get freaky with a coyote. It sure did. Now they live in New York City. Now you got koi wolves eating your cats. Imagine that. Something could eat a cat. I never would have guessed it. Cats, murdery bastards. Them things are always plotting, planning to murder somebody. That is not playing. I know people, they get to say, oh, the cat, he's playing. He's just having fun. No, he's not having fun. He's plotting murder. That's a murder plot. He is sharpening his claws. Hell yeah, sharks gonna come out. Because the oceans, this is getting less and less food. And your little delicious behind up here eating at your local Walmart. That's all the sharks want. They need to get on land. They need to go to Walmart. They get some hands, learn how to drive. They're gonna get them a bus and come visit you. Filling yourself with all them Skittles and you can't run. Drinking Coca-Cola. Yep, they coming. I believe it. See, everything's evolving. The fox, they've evolved. They come out in the daytime now. I see them all the damn time. The bacteria's evolving. The Konoku virus, that's evolving. Everything is trying to murder us. This is what we have to think about, people. Everything wants to kill us, right? As long as we're tribal, we keep acting tribal, we're gonna go extinct. Everything is trying to kill. Everything on this planet is evolving to reclaim energy. And if we're the dumbest ones on the planet, where do you think they're gonna go? That's just what you have to do. You have to go after the dumbest one on the planet. It's like the lion. The lion doesn't pick out the smartest buffalo. Oh, it's a land shark. Somebody sent me something. Oh, that's land shark. The lion doesn't pick out the smartest buffalo. He pick out the dumbest one. Pick out the dumbest, the slowest, or the sickest ones. Now y'all look around the world and you tell me the dumbest, slowest, and sickest species on Earth. And tell me where the sharks are going. Yeah, hell yeah, Sharknado, Brother Jonathan. Sharknado. They, you know what? I still haven't seen that movie. Now I need to go watch it. Because that's where they're going to go. They're going to come up in a hurricane. They're going to figure out how to fly up in a tornado and come eat some delicious Americans. You know, if you're not paying attention, the same thing. The African tribes. Which ones ended up in slavery? My ancestors. Why? Because they didn't see the bigger tribe coming. So they sold them out. Hell yeah, they coming. Look at this right here. This is what you can expect. Sharknado. But they're not going up into space. No, because Space Force, hell no. Nah, Space Force, they got them anti-gravitic devices and that bolt from God where they're dropping nuts and bolts from the sky blowing stuff up. Sharknado is coming. You know, Sharknado's coming because they know that you can't pick up no chainsaw and defend yourself. Like, this is all fake news. I'm looking at this. I still haven't seen the movie. But this is fake news. This ain't gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. You at your local gas station getting your lunch. No, you come, most people gonna lay down. They're gonna lay down and let the shark nibble on them. It's coming. It's coming. Everything's evolving to eat you. And you are slow and you stupid like me. And we still, because we are we. We are a we. So you think I'm talking about you? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a we. Long as we are sick, slow, dumb, stupid, in tribes fighting each other, the lions, the sharks, the tigers, the monkeys, the tabby cats, I'm telling you, it's gonna be them cats. I think it's gonna be the cats. I really do. They're the killers. They're the only real killers. Everybody else is like, you know, trying to be killers. They're psychopathic. I know you love your cats. Y'all, I get in trouble all the time, but I try to tell y'all the truth. I'm not here to lie to you. The cats are always plotting to murder people. They're plotting to murder everything. I was talking to a friend yesterday. Her cat is murdering kale. Kale. People, cats don't even eat kale. The cat just want to eat it because she eat it. So the cat probably wants to eat her food, so she can't have no kale, so she'll thin up and the cat can eat her. The cats are always plotting. Dogs take a rest. Everything else takes a rest. Them damn cats don't never take a rest. Every time I go to somebody's house, I don't have any tabby cats no more. But every time I go to, I don't know why they call them tabby. They need to call them something else. Every time I go to somebody's house, that thing always plot. I come through the door, the dog come over, he just stupid, just go, hey, Mr. Black Man, hey, you know, wagging his tail, just want to get petted and stuff. Like, oh, you know, you meet the dog and everything. And then that damn old cat in the corner, just trying to figure out, damn, you look delicious. How the hell? Because cats, they don't come to meet you right away. They just sit back in that corner like, damn, okay, if I could only fit you in my mouth, I might get a finger. Damn it, I might get a toe. That lip look delicious. Damn it, what you from African descent? I think that I might be able to get some of that. Cats gonna kill us. They're probably the first one to evolve. If I was the aliens, that's probably what I would do. If I was in DARPA, I would probably make that new virus that makes cats the size of cougars. That would be a great end. That would be efficient. You're talking about efficiency? That's all you gotta do. Just make cats the size of cougars instantly. Press a button, little, I don't know, put it in the Twinkie or something. Make sure it spreads fast, because you need it to spread fast across America. Put it in the unicorn latte, that's what it is. Put it at your local Starbucks. Oh, it'll be in every state. It'll spread faster than anything. You will never stop it. And all of a sudden, all the cats, we go to sleep and we wake up and the cats the size of cougars. I know, see, people defend cats till I say that. I say that, they're like, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I know, because you would be the ball at that point. See, right now, you the big adult in the room. When you the ball, you little chew toy, you the anything. It could be a marble. They don't care. It's a marble. How do I murder it? The dog's like, oh, it's a marble. Oh, let me lick it and play with it. Oh, it's a marble. The cat like, I gotta kill it. How do I get my claws into it? What does it taste like? All right, I'm just playing. Let me stop. And I love cats. I do. I love cats. I'm just saying the killers. I did kill. If I had a psychopathic son, I'll be honest with you. I love him to death. But I tell you the truth, he's a killer. He's a psychopathic killer. Don't go in no alleyway with him when he's got a knife. I'll be honest with you. Cats are like little Edward Scissorhands without the smile. With a little bit of scarcity and psychosis. All right, anything else? What else we got? Let me stop for the cat people. They'll be on me all day. My cat is nice. I love my cat. I know you love your cat. I know she's nice and she. I know, but what would happen if your cat was the size of a tiger? Would it still love you? Would you still love you? That's what I want to hear from. I want to hear from the people who think that if their cat was the size of a tiger, your cat would purr at you when you came home. As soon as you got home, your cat, oh, I loved it. I took care of my baby boo-boo chickies. I'm taking care of Cheeky, and she just, oh, she a wonderful kitty. She just loves me to death. Shit, you did that thing the size of a tiger the minute you get home. Like, I ain't eating no, what do cats eat now anyway? Kibbles, that's not kibbles and bits. I ain't eating no kibbles. I ain't eating that. I ain't touching that, but you don't walk through the door. I've been plotting on how to murder you since the beginning, since I met you. Since I met you, I knew you were gonna be delicious. Now I got this claw. You looking kind of small. Oh, you look tired from work too, huh? You mentioned you in slavery. You got a capitalistic system that makes you work all day and your feet hurt. You want to sit down? Why don't you sit down and take a rest? No, better yet, because cats, they don't like it easy. They don't like it easy. No, they need you to run. The cat needs you to run. Cats, they like to play when they murder things. They're like, I probably growl at you. Do a false charge, get you to run, so it'll be fun when they rip your head off and and kitty boo boo. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop. I know, cause that term, I know. I love cats, people. I do. I just don't like with it. I love sharks. Don't give me that. I don't love shark faces. I love sharks. I just don't go swimming with them. I don't go to Rebecca's house and go scuba diving with her and her husband. I love sharks. My problem is they love me too, and I don't swim as fast as they do. All right, I've had many cats, people. Cat people don't hate me. I love cats. I know what an ecosystem is and things are evolving to kill us. All right, anything else important in here? Walking sharks. Boy, I tell you what, that would not surprise me. Bigfoot come right around the corner. We're living in a fantasy time. Bigfoot come around, I'm like, yep, there go Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. I might take a picture of something of it. Yep, there go Bigfoot walking right there. Yeah, he's furry. Stink too, just like what everybody said. I guess that's why they call him Skunky. Yep. They didn't say it for a long time. Bigfoot was real. He real. If I go to the Loch Ness, where? Scotland? I'm just not surprised anymore. I go to Scotland and I see that damn hump from that Loch Ness monster swimming. I'm like, yep, there you go right there. There go Nessie. Nessie, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, they told me you was real, man. I didn't believe nothing. I trusted my government. I couldn't, but you real? Damn. Come on, brother. All right, listen. All right. I looked at a house for sale here in the mountains, and it was vacant except for around 300 cats, literally. Yeah, that's a bad place to go, Courtney. I wouldn't do that one. Don't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Cats are beautiful things, but cats, they like to pee, and they've evolved to get all that ammonia up in that pee. I threw a whole house away because some cats I bought for this lady I used to, I love it, Dad. You know, my little girlfriend, she wanted some cats, and so we ended up with 3. Oh, we lost everything. We lost it all. They got that ammonia in that pee. And this was back, young people, this is back before they figured out enzymes could break down the ammonia. Oh no, you had cats, everybody knew. You went to work, everybody knew. If the cats owned your house, everywhere you went, you had that ownership scent coming off of you. Some people still got it. That ammonia, they ain't figured it out. You go and you got a new cat and you need to figure out how to get rid of that ownership smell, because that's why cats pee on trees and the people. I didn't have cats pee on me, y'all. because they think they own you. That ammonia gets in your clothes. You can't smell it because you get used to it. That's how the human body works. You adapt to it. You filter it out. But when you come to the local Walmart, we know you got cats. You ain't got to tell us. I know, because you go get your Coca-Cola, go that aisle, get you some Twinkies. I know you probably gonna hit that aisle, but I know that you going for the kitty litter. I know you're gonna do it. You ain't gonna change it because I can smell it on your clothes. Because you're in slavery. You're in slavery, and I understand. You can't be changing kitty litter and you got to go to work. You know, you got to do the priorities first. Look at this. Enormous manufacturing slowdown due to the Kanoki virus. That can happen. People get scared. Is momentum in Bernie's favor in Iowa? I really don't care. I don't need a slave master. I love Bernie to death. Love Trump to death. These people are all my family. I don't need another master. I'm okay. I can change my diaper, make my own decisions. We now got robots that can take care of all the needs. I need somebody that wants to get elected to talk about how do we get rid of elections. I need this adult fantasy to stop. Limbaugh's stocking announcement. Shocking announcement. Right, that's because he got cancer. Rush Limbaugh got cancer. Y'all hear about that? And now people going back and forth like, oh, you gotta have sympathy. And oh, he was a monster. To be honest with you, I really don't know nothing about Rush Limbaugh. I'm not gonna say that I don't care. I just, you never want to wish an American virus on anybody. You never want to wish a DARPA virus on anybody. But we as a species deserve Rush Limbaugh's cancer. Unfortunately, I know too, a lot of good people haven't lost to cancer, but we deserve it. We are still fighting over blowing up people and got DARPA stealing everybody's technology and wasting resources inefficiently and not fighting the things that matter to us. So if you want to keep this, you want to keep pumping money into the fight for cancer instead of getting rid of it, then yeah, this is going to happen. As long as you got secret technologies and you're not locking down on chemical companies, spraying all your personal products, yeah, everybody gonna get cancer. So I say that, I don't wish the Rush Limbaugh has cancer. But we deserve Rush Limbaugh's cancer. And unfortunately, we deserve ours too. If I got to make my announcement tomorrow that I didn't have some Bob Marley foot cancer, y'all say, listen, we don't appreciate that Gerard got CIA Bob Marley foot cancer, but he got it. And we deserved it. Why? Because we was fighting. We're fighting each other within the tribe instead of focusing our resources to do human things. If we're not doing human things, we can expect to die as monkeys. That's all we got. We got 2% of that DNA that came from somewhere else, and 98% of it came from the monkeys. And I think we need to lean towards that fungi/alien DNA. Less on the monkey DNA. So it doesn't surprise me. I'll let y'all go back and forth whether he's a good man, bad man. Once again, I believe in environments. There's no such thing as good people and bad people. You just got environment. We made a Rush Limbaugh get cancer environment. Rush Limbaugh became Rush Limbaugh, and now he has cancer. And that's just how it goes. Culture of mistrust. Still. Oh, what was it? Did we see this yesterday? Are we on yesterday's news already? Culture of mistrust still surrounds Boeing. Boeing shouldn't exist, not unless they're making electromagnetic patented TR-3B devices, unless they're making airplanes that don't fall out the sky and use fossil fuel, and unless they're using current technology, Boeing should not exist. I don't believe in Elysium anymore. I don't believe that the few elite should have all the floating craft and the poor people should get in ships that are made of explosive engines. I don't think that's a good idea. Hell yeah, we all gonna die. As long as we keep doing this, we all gonna deserve it too. Who said that? I don't know who said that, but we all gonna die. Oh look, who won the Super Bowl? We were about to find out. Look at this. Who won this? That's important. Hold on, wait, where's that? Right there, right there. The Chiefs bring home the first Super Bowl trophy in 50 years. Yay! Chiefs. Is that who Kaepernick played for? Who's Kaepernick? You don't know about him because the people who was protesting for him weren't serious. They had left him out there cold. And anyway, I don't see anything else. Oh, Pompeo promotes press freedom. Oh, does he? Really? Oh, this might be interesting. Pompeo, for real, Pompey? You gotta love this stuff. People believe it. After dropping NPR from trip. Wait a minute. Pompeo promotes press freedom. There's too many P's in this damn sentence. Pompeo. I feel like it's a nursery rhyme. Pompeo promotes press freedom from dropping NPR from trip. I don't know. I don't know if I can waste my time on that. There's too many contradictions in the title alone. Pompeo is about war, destruction, death, blowing up things, and stealing other monkeys' bananas, no matter how big they are or small they are, as long as they're not well defended. I'm not sure that I want that in my mental Rolodex. I'm not sure that I need to have any of that in my space. I need to make sure, because you know how your subconscious, it always takes everything in. It doesn't do any filtering. It believes whatever comes in. I'm not sure I want to hear anybody lie and say anything like he can. He needs for lies. He needs division, you know, because that's how you get war. You can't have war. You can't have tribal war unless you're tribal. Okay? You can't have a race war unless people are black or they're white. You can't have a religious war unless people are Muslim or they're Christian. You can't have a global war unless you got Russians and Americans. When you ain't none of those things, then you won't have the war. And you're never going to have those things unless you convince people at birth that there's something that they're not. Creatures that are gods, beautiful creatures, supposed to be doing beautiful things all over this planet, fighting each other over some damn bananas and Walmart Twinkies. Right. Blaming victim and hidden servitude without recourse. Clockwork Orange. Good morning, Cedar. You are in the house, Citizen Devs. How? Going back and forth. There's no one out there out of the house except the homeless. People maybe. Or there's no one out of the house except the homeless people maybe. I missed with the follow on that one, Citizen Dev, but nobody should be homeless. That's the stupidest thing. You can't have, you don't have a government if you have homeless people. That's like the bare necessity. Bare necessity is food, water, house. If you got one homeless person, you don't actually have a government. You have some sort of oppressive, apathetic monster that's running things, but it's not a government. I hate when the oldest cat brings my headless bird as a gift. Oh, she's so proud of herself though. Well, Trish, she doesn't know any better. These birds ain't supposed to have heads. She know that. No, because when birds have heads, they fly away. They got freedom. Freedom doesn't work well for the bellies. Cat's doing what it's supposed to do. It evolved to eat the dumbest bird, the dumbest Tweety around, rip his head off and bring it to you. Hey, mama, you want some? That cat loves you, but don't mistake it, Trish. She'll eat you. No, Susan, it's not gross. Don't tell Trish that that's gross. That's not gross. That's not gross. That's what cats are supposed to do. They need energy. They get energy from bird heads. And so they got to eat bird heads. Doesn't matter if it's Tweety and you bought the bird feeder, you bought the hummingbird. I'm going to do hummingbirds this year. Beaufort got me on hummingbirds. I'm going to get me some hummingbird feeders this year because I don't have no cats. And that's what they're supposed to do. They get energy from eating cat heads. And just lucky that your head is too big to get in their mouth. Otherwise, they eat you too. All right. Yeah, I don't see nothing in the news. Nothing's exciting. I don't see nothing. I see Hillary Clinton lawsuit. Let me see. Hillary Clinton tries and fails to dodge lawsuit. Oh, did she dodge? She's being sued? Really? Can you sue somebody for like putting how many 100 million people in prison and blowing up and killing and murdering? Can you actually be sued for that? I don't think you can be sued for that. I don't think that's suable. I think that's containable. I think you can put somebody in a cage with some pads and lock their arms around their back. I mean, the Hillary became the Hillary because of her environment too. I don't think you can sue for that. That's why I said, like, these people don't care. She's in bed. It's a big club and she ain't in it, but she's in bed with the people who print the money. You're not going to sue her and actually affect her. That's the Hillary. She doesn't care about that thing. She cares about power and she's in bed with all the powerful people. You can't sue right. It doesn't help nothing. That's like that sue, what are they suing for the water? That's like that whole Flint, Michigan thing. I don't agree with that. I don't think that makes any sense. If somebody wants to poison your water and murder you, suing is not the rightful solution. That's not. It's like that, was it India? Where was that where if you got caught stealing, the punishment fit the crime and they cut your hand off? But technically, if you get caught stealing, they should be cutting the king's hand off and the queen's hand off, the people who actually make the environment, right? For every crime in America, you need to be punishing the politicians that create the artificial scarcity that turn people into doing things that they say are criminal. That's when the world works. But yeah, you're not gonna get to Hillary. She's in control. They like her. They like her. I don't care what you say. If you can restart slavery and not go to prison, the people who actually control things, they like her. Oh yeah, the 3D downloadable guns. Yeah, that's yesterday. All right, I don't really see nothing. Nothing really interests me. I don't think anything is like that important. On contact is always nice. Talking about drinking water. On contact. Oh, poison drinking water. With Seth Siegel. Oh, let's take a peek at this. Poison drinking water. That's important. Should you trust people who poison your water? That's the question. Oh, it's Chris Hedges too.
Welcome to On Contact. Today we discuss the poisoning of our public water supply with author Seth Siegel.
Now we talk about climate change a little bit, if we may. There's now all kinds of wildfires happening.
Right.
Imagine a community like Paradise, California, which had plastic PVC pipes. What happened? The heat of the fire melted the pipes. The vinyl chloride and other very bad chemicals leached from the melted pipes into the groundwater. The reason why Paradise really can't be rebuilt isn't just because of the grievous cost and the fires that were there.
This was the town that was completely destroyed in the wildfire.
13 to 14,000 homes were engulfed by fire. The reason that it can't be rebuilt really is because they don't have a water supply anymore, because the water is now so grievously contaminated. It's like one of these Superfund sites now, and until it's cleaned of these many contaminants, the water really is not safe to drink.
Contaminants are poisoning our drinks.
Well, a few things on that setup. Cost of industrialization. Was the water drinkable before the fire? That's something to think about. Is PVC water drinkable? Is that something that humans should put in their mouths? Is PVC, lead, metal, pipes that make angular right degree or 90-degree turns, is that good for the human to drink? That's the first question. Was it drink? Because I was going to go on the poison part of it, but I'm not going to the poison. Was it happy water? That's the question. We live in fantasy times. Boy, we live in it. We sure enough live in sci-fi days where you literally make water happy by letting it run through a rainforest and a waterfall and down a meandering stream. But when you put it through pipe work, it becomes mean water. Do human beings that drink mean, angry water become happy human beings? That's the first question. The whole poisoning, this is like way down the road of stupid things to do. And come to find out, because of the dude in Japan who did the studies and everybody on the internet that's like singing and loving rice, saying good morning to their rice and yelling and screaming at the other rice in an act of a hate crime, we realize there's such thing as happy water. Why would we want to rebuild Paradise? That wasn't Paradise. There wasn't nothing Paradise about it. You had angry people in that town like you got in every town all over America, if this is America. But if you had pipes and water, that's stupid. Why can't we deal with the current world? We're always back in the ancient world. This is what boggles me. It boggles me. It was not paradise to begin with.
Drinking water. Toxic elements are now so routine in the water we drink that the water from our taps is often a threat to public health. Chemicals found in our water have been linked to cancer, heart disease, infertility, birth defects, and lowered IQ.
Oh, Chris, you're a hater. Stop it. Stop it. You're just a hater. We need to go fight people that hate us for our freedom. We need to, because they're trying to kill us. It's not the government that's poisoning all the water and the piping systems and what we drink. It's not the government that lets corporations do that. It's the poor farmers they call terrorists 3,000 miles away. Chris is a hater. You know what you think of these things? Let me see. Poor farmers on the other side of the world who just happen to unfortunately live over oil hate us for our freedom. And they're not even poisoning our water. They're not even giving us cancer, and the government is? Wow. Then what is the government? How much do they hate us? They might hate us more than cats.
The gutting of the Environmental Protection Agency, the failure by Congress to pass legislation to protect our drinking water, along with the chemical...
No! This is where they say Trump's EPA. This is why I don't watch the news and I don't read the paper because it's stupid. They say Trump's EPA is destroying the water. I'm like, no. The water been destroyed long before Trump was even born. But that's why they do that. We talked about that the other day. They say Trump's EPA. Because now the EPA is fixed when you get Trump out in front of it because you impeach him, but the same people that have been poisoning the water are still doing it. This is why I used to follow Tom Woods. I don't know if that brother's still around. He used to talk about the bureaucracy power of America. Americans are so lost and stupid and ignorant and just monkeyish, fighting over bananas that they believe the headlines. That if you actually take out somebody who had nothing to do with the actual bureaucratic power, the deep state that runs everything, that decides what is good, healthy water for you is called carcinogen water. That's why I don't pay attention. I'm not interested in the whole impeachment thing. It's a waste of time.
Chemical companies and water utilities are all to blame. There are more than 120,000 chemical compounds, pharmaceutical products, and plastics now in commerce. But the EPA has only designated about 90 of them as serious enough to be regulated. The rest...
Any people from the EPA here? I got one friend from the EPA. The people in the EPA. But as an organization like DARPA, they're not actually designed to give you fresh water. That's not their job. It's not what they're supposed to do. When everybody has cancer from the local water supply, somebody poisoned the water hole. Who do you blame? You blame the people who are responsible for watching the water hole. If you walked away from your well and you left the 10 armed men around your well and you called them the EPA and you left and you came back, water was fresh when you left. And when you came back, you left them with the tools to protect your water hole. You know, you gave them books and pocket protectors and computers and software and buildings and money and everything that they needed to keep your water hole safe. And you came back and these 10 armed men with guns and tools prepared to protect your water supply. And it was poison in the water hole. The rightful thing is not to say, hey, you guys are doing a good job. You say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all keep protecting the water hole. I got to go on another vacation. We'll be back. That's a bad idea. To me, it means that the people who are protecting the water supply perhaps are in cahoots. You got 10 grown men with guns guarding your water hole, your well, then somebody comes along, wants to pour poison in the water hole, and they let them. Call it a corporation, call it Monsanto, call it whatever you want to call it, pesticide companies. To me, when I came back, how my brain would work, it wouldn't be, oh, the EPA is protecting us, let's keep the EPA. No, this is where Trump was right. This is where the Republicans were right. Get rid of the EPA. Shut the whole thing down, burn it to the ground, say goodbye, bye, bye, bye. You're actually not doing the job. You're not actually doing the job. You're in cahoots with whoever's poisoning the well. That's how my brain works. It means somebody poisoned my water hole, like Woody said, and you must know this person. You must got money from this person. You had a vested interest in putting carcinogen in my water. But that's how my brain works. I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to keep people who piss in your water hole.
Are permitted in our water supply. Joining me in the studio to discuss the crisis with our drinking water is Seth Siegel, the author of Troubled Water: What's Wrong with What We Drink.
That sounds great. And I like how he called it a crisis. Does that sound scary to anybody? It's a crisis. American water. It's a crisis. British word. Then I asked the question, who is this a crisis for? Because that word scares people, like the word epidemic, zombie apocalypse, death, cancer, dying, debilitating, painful death. That bothers some people. Who is it a crisis for? I would say it's a crisis for people who are crisising, people who are acting on a crisis, people who are changing it, people who are combating it. In my country, I got Democrats and Republicans. They ain't combating it. They're getting paid to ignore it while they blow up other water wells and 3,000 miles away. It's not a crisis to them. It's only a crisis to you. That should tell you something. You should be using common sense, should be like juggling up in that brain of yours and that intellect. This is not a crisis for these people. They actually don't care. That's the job. They're paid not to care. It's a crisis for you. Cancer with you is your problem. That's not their problem. They have people they need to blow up somewhere else.
So you open the book, Hoosick Falls, is it Hickey, right?
Michael Hickey, yes.
Michael Hickey. Explain.
So I wanted to make sure that the reader understood that this was not just Flint, Michigan.
Okay, hang in there, Hickey, because you're right. It's not Flint, Michigan. It's the whole damn world. I got to answer John's question real quick. Am I blaming the EPA? Nope. I said the EPA was in cahoots. Cahoots. I learned how to spell it too. I spelled it wrong in my last post. I think it's they're in cahoots. The EPA is in cahoots with whatever the root problem is. You ask me what the root problem is? Money. That's the problem. Nobody poisons your water hole unless it's profitable. Money. Pesticides company pour your water hole because it's profitable. Money. That's the problem. EPA just likes money. That's it. I'm not saying the EPA is the listen. I know people who work in the EPA. I know some good people. They think they're doing good. Like when I worked for the fast food companies, I thought I was doing good. It's like, yeah, we're bringing food to poor people because you know we're making cheap burgers and they can eat cheap burgers so they can eat. You know, meanwhile, like it ends up in them dying of cardiovascular disease and getting cancers and not being able to fight common colds and flus because they're eating, you know, a horse that's grinded up with some cat and they call it burger. Well, no, that's not it. That's not it. I'm saying that look at the root level, the problem is capital. However, the EPA is in cahoots with the people paying the capital, and they're in cahoots with the corporations that are poisoning the water hole. It's not a crisis for them, it's only a crisis for us.
Because when you talk about
And Flint, you're talking about lead in the pipes, poisoning the water.
lead in the pipes, it's the most. If you know anything about drinking water problems in America, if you know anything at all, your mind goes immediately to Flint, Michigan, and properly so. But
let me just interject, which I know from your book, it's hardly Flint.
It's hardly Flint.
I mean, I forget the figure, but the number of cities that are still using lead pipes is quite large.
Look, I'm happy to jump to lead and tell you right now, but there are believed to be as many as 10.5 million lead pipes still in use in the United States. And a survey done of New York State schools a year ago says that 80% of them have lead pipes into the New York State schools. So think about that. The very people who should not be getting leaded water are children. But the reason I started with Hoosick Falls, Chris, is because I deliberately did not want this to be the idea that it's only Flint, Michigan.
Right.
Because if you know something about troubled water, not the book, but the concept of it, you know, of course you know Flint. And a lot of people who I talked to while I was writing the book, friends and people I just meet, they'd say, oh, you're writing a book about Flint, you mean? And I said, no, the story is far wider. And then when I happened upon the Hoosick Falls story, which is a town in upstate New York, it's bucolic, it's a few miles from the Vermont border, it couldn't be prettier or nicer, the people couldn't be sweeter. And lo and behold, their water is highly toxic. People in the town were getting kidney cancer and testicular cancer and ulcerative colitis. Dogs and cats in the town at the prime of their lives were getting all kinds of illnesses and had to be put down. And one fellow in town, this wonderful young man named Michael Hickey, said to himself, something is amiss. Now, Michael's not a scientist. He's just a regular guy. And so my point was that if it could be happening in Hoosick Falls, it can be and is happening everywhere.
Explain what
I agree with that. I'm done with that. You can watch it, it's the whole thing, but it's kind of fake news. Like they're fighting, I appreciate the passion, but I'm gonna go with the Japanese scientists that water shouldn't be in pipes. You know, they should be making aquifers, and I think, who was it, Christine talking about wells, they should be digging wells, and having water sources that don't go through angular pipes. I know that lead pipes are a problem, but the root problem is you shouldn't be putting water in pipes to begin with. The Romans had it figured out. Why are we reverse engineering what they understood? Leave water alone. And it's not just Flint, Michigan. It's fake news is Flint, Michigan. But if you can get everybody focused on Flint, then you can ignore the 20,000 other towns around the world, probably millions around the world. Towns everywhere with pipe water. Stop smoking the pipe, stop drinking the pipe. Where is this again? That's Flint, Michigan. Let me see, the cow is drinking the polluted water along with the other animals. Yes, they are, Christine, and people eat the cow. That's something that's not even I didn't even cross my mind. Wow, right? The humans are drinking the water, and the human water's jacked up. The humans make sure they got the best water to drink, and then the cow drinks the worst water. The cow drinks, the human won't even go near the cow water. The cow drinks that water after it's percolating and goes anaerobic, and then people eat the cow. Then you wonder why the cow's got to be pumped full of antibacterials and all these things, because they're drinking out of a trough. They're supposed to be drinking out of a stream. if we're going to do things right, if we're going to change anything, my basis in this, if we're going to change anything, then make it right. Make it right. I mean, it might even work out with PEX. Y'all know what PEX is? I did some plumbing. I like to do a little bit of everything. Use Plex. That's that flexible tubing. Right? Maybe you make a pipe. This is a business idea for y'all. Maybe you make a plastic hemp pipe like Flex, where it flexes. That's why they call it Flex. And so instead of making angular turns, you make the water go through a natural based pipe. Yeah, it might break down after a while. I'm sure you can line it with something that doesn't break down or slow that process down, and test the water. See if it's still happy on the other end. I just think people should drink happy water. Mike is asking about cows in the city. Yeah, Mike, it's cows in the city, bro. Cows in the city. I see cows in the city all the time, and I'm not gonna go through that at all. I'm gonna get in trouble. I see cows in the city all the time. I'm becoming a cow in the city if I don't slow down. I had a great Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm supposed to be on this Fitbit. This cows, it's all over the city. As long as you got gas stations providing people's food, cows. Yeah, it's everybody, Don. It's not just the FDA. It's the FDA, it's the USDA, it's the FBI, it's the Homeland Security. It's everybody. It's all the regulations, all the police state, it's all of it. They all work for the United States Incorporation, Inc., right? As long as you got a corporation pretending to be a government, everybody else is going to serve that profit god. Profit is the god. We worship profit. All the groups are going to worship the profit. That's what corporations do. They maximize the profit. If there's no profit in clean water, you ain't going to get clean water. People don't care about the water. They hate Trump. They love Trump. They don't give two damns about the water. They hate Russia, they love water, they don't give two damns about the water. They hate Israel, they love Israel, don't give two damns about the water. As long as you don't care about the water, squeaky wheel gets the oil. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. And if you ain't squeaking about water, you're gonna be drinking E. coli. You're gonna be drinking unhappy water, you're gonna be drinking fertilizer, you're gonna be drinking pesticide, you're gonna be drinking carcinogens and lead, all wrapped up with some Viagra, Ritalin, Prozac, Xanax, and a delicious little drink we call American water. All right. And my cats get filtered water in the fountain. Life is so sad for most animals. Yes, it is, Patricia. And I don't think there's a filter made that can filter American water and make it healthy. I personally don't believe so. I don't believe so. Because every time that you make a filter, they change it. Like they switch from chlorine to chloramine, where they bind it with ammonia so it stays liquid. It's not even a gas state. So the aerator on the end of the tip doesn't even get it, and most filters don't even get it out. So, you have to check this filter and see if it's rated for that, but I don't think any filter is rated for a Viagra. I've never seen that. I've never seen on the warning label or the benefits label for any Brita purifying water filter that it filters out the Americans' pharmaceuticals that they're pissing out in the water. It doesn't say anything about the chemtrails, the microparticles, the nanoparticles, damn it, black goo. I don't even know what's true no more. I don't even know what's true. With DARPA, everything is on the table. And now that we know that this is a real organization, they've been up to some of the creepiest things on the planet, I have no idea. I have no idea what's true. But I'm behind all the whistleblowers. I believe all of that. I believe all of them over my government. I believe every single person who said the aliens had my baby, that took me and dropped me off with Loch Ness, and I swam with Loch Ness, and Loch Ness swallowed me, and I stayed in the belly of the Loch, spit me out on a coast, and I met Sasquatch, and I hung out with Sasquatch. I believe them all over every single American politician that works for a corporation called the United States Incorporated. I believe all of them. I believe all of them. Glyphosate can't be filtered out the water, and that's just silly truth, Ivana, that people don't understand. Glyphosate's a carcinogen, and didn't they just approve the newest one? They have glyphosate 4.0 now. What is it, 2.0, 3.0? They just approved it, and the U.S. government said it's healthy. What was that? But of course, the headline was like, Trump EPA says glyphosate is healthy. It was like they literally just lost a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit because they proved it's a carcinogen. The World Health Organization called it a carcinogen. But, like, once again, if selling it is profitable, then of course it must be healthy. You should put it in your smoothies. That's how America works. Lavoie was murdered. Who is Lavoie, Rebecca? What is this? What are y'all talking about? Lavoie was murdered. That's a bad thing to kill people. That's systematic, though. Lavoie was murdered. You talking to Trish? I wonder if I can go to the thread that y'all are talking. Nah, press on that. It's not taking me to the thread. If I hit reply, I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah. Ooh, if I hit reply, I can see the whole thread. Oh, no, close back up. I'm learning, y'all. I'm trying to learn how to be better with this. Oh, it's horrific. Susie's in that conversation. I'm being nosy at this point in time. Hold on, I'm being nosy for a minute. I want to read y'all's conversation. It's good to be nosy sometimes. Oh, so Trish started out. She said, I considered encouraging my kids to join the National Guard until I witnessed Standing Rock. Men and women and children on our soil trying to protect their water, their lives. And we turned the National Guard on them. Yes, Trish, that did happen. Why did that happen? Because the National Guard is serving the Rothschild, is serving the national incentive, the national requirement. The things that are Apple is American Pie and baseball. It used to be American Pie and baseball. Now it's police state, criminalization, incarceration, poisoning the water, and things like that. So, but they'll use everybody in the deep state to do it. The National Guard full of people who got children, they pay mortgages, they got to eat, so they're gonna do exactly what they're told. Susie said it's horrific. I feel like I'm eavesdropping. It still haunts me. They set dogs and those people, sprayed them with hoses on Thanksgiving, freezing cold, doused them with pepper spray, rubber bullets. People think that can only happen on a reservation. They are mistaken. Trish, it is a plan. It's not even just happening on a reservation. It is a literal plan. They are planning behind the scenes what they're going to do to these Americans. And Lavoie was murdered. Okay, that's where that came from. Yeah, well, you know, Trish, that's something the Americans going to have to figure out. That's how I know everything's going to be all right. I know everything's going to be all right. Because when Americans, when they really realize who actually runs their government, when this engine turns on them, when they take all these DARPA projects and products and magic and all these things they use, and they turn on the Americans, they're gonna figure it out. It takes people a while. Sometimes you gotta have a dog suck on you. You gotta be out in the freezing cold, have ice, and like watch your children be ripped apart by a dog before you realize that these people aren't on your side. If they'll do it to Native Americans, they'll do it to you. That's the truth of it. Oh, Lavoie Finicom. Is that who y'all talking about? Lavoie Finicom? Yeah, they shot that brother, boy. They shot him. That's why I always link him to Eric Gardner. I link him to Eric Gardner at all times. I link him to Khalif Browder. They shot Lavoie Finicom for the same reason they shot him off, because that is the goal. The goal is power, control, domination, and farmers aren't a good thing in this system, right? Farmers aren't a good. They've been after farmers for the longest time. Why? Because farmers feed people. And people who are fed can defy rule, right? They can tell the government where to go when they need to because they got food, they got water, they don't need the government. They already got a place to live. If you can break farming and you can break the farmers, you know, then you're good to go. And that's always been a strategy of crony corporations, was to break the small farmer. And so part of that was that, him grazing cattle over there, that was part of government stealing the land. The federal government, they have no rights to the land. I don't think the state's government, what does the state government has a right to it? And so that's always been a strategy. And that's just a follow on from the way things have always worked. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get going. If you link those two together and understand how this country works, that it's based in our money, we can get somewhere. Truth, water from the source, traveling back rock conduits only adds minerals. Well, it's healthy water. We evolved, Citizen Deb, drinking clean, fresh stream water. We really should go back to doing that. All right, I gotta get going. It's Gerard. Love y'all to death. I got to go. Was any last comment on the thing? Yes, Lavoie was a cattle rancher. Yes, he was, and they shot him cold. You should watch the video. It's right on there. You can go see your FBI, his FBI. He paid taxes too, just like all these little minority kids being shot. All right. When it's not all right, then it's not the end. When it's not all right, then it's not the end. It's not all right, Christine, and it's not the end. We can determine the last chapter is really up to us. Anyway, get going. Y'all have a great day. But I did prefer DARPA when it was a lost conspiracy and not a reality. We need to undo this. I'm out of here. This is Gerard. Bye. There's like a fun button.
Entonces es cierto. Alguien ha envenenado el abrevadero. Tú!